everybody. Welcome back to Young Adults Home Groups. Good to be with you all again. Tonight, we are going to really break the mold, and instead of doing 3 Psalms, we're going to do 4. So I know some of you like routine. I hope that doesn't stress you too much to have to do 4 Psalms instead of 3. But they're short Psalms, Psalm 15, Psalm 43, Psalm 61, and Psalm 84, which is the longest, clocking in at, looks like 12 verses. So as usual, common themes stretching across these 4 Psalms. I want to talk about the theme that you see in these Psalms of crying out to God in the middle of trouble. I put on the question sheets the specific verses even that I thought were relevant to this that stretch across all 4 of these Psalms. And you know what emotionally is going on as the psalm writer cries out to God? What does he receive from God? And then the theme of dwelling in God's house, which is a pretty incredible theme because it starts out, you probably would imagine that the psalm writer is talking about the tabernacle or the temple, God's house as the ancient Israelites would have conceived of it. But there seems to be a much bigger understanding and a much more far-off look as well. As you start talking about dwelling in God's house forever, almost like Psalm 23 language. And there seems to be some understanding that we're talking about something much bigger than just simply like trying to live in the temple, which of course is not a place that people lived. What would it mean to live in God's house forever? And then right on the heels of that, the theme of, as I phrased it, our secure future. What does the psalm writer expect from the future? How are these authors thinking about the days ahead of them? And super relevant for the days we live in because so many people have, I think, a rather bleak outlook about the future based on everything that's been going on. It's hard for people to look too far into the future and see much other than I hope everything goes all right. So, of course, the Bible sort of is very at home in talk of the future with a lot of certainty and hope. So I just want you guys to talk about that in the Psalms here. And then I actually included a bonus question for those of you who are up for it. And it has to do with those very interesting verses, the middle section of Psalm 15, where it answers the question of who may abide in the tabernacle. And I tried to sort of flesh it out in that long paragraph-long question that I gave you guys. But I think we would do well to think about what's going on in verses 2, 3, 4, 5 of Psalm 15 as relates to our future. There's something, I think, a great promise about the future, not only about the present, but about the future, especially contained in Psalm 15, that should be comforting and encouraging to us. So, as I always say, God bless you guys. Have a great time discussing these things. Edify each other. Pray for each other. Support each other. We need to keep getting together and supporting each other. No matter what happens. So God bless you all.